You cannot beat me! I am Uso!
Justice League, action!
What's Justice League Action about? You've probably encountered clips of it on YouTube. That's how I got introduced to it anyway, and I was always fascinated by how right at home it felt.
Gesundheit.
It's clearly not set in the DCAU, but it's fluent to its vibes. Sassy Batman, the Justice League includes just about everyone.
Alien Kitty!
The voice talent even includes Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, and Daedric Bader.
What's a voice actor?
So I watched the entire show and made notes on every episode to figure out why, and the answer was in the credits the whole time. The whole show is made by all the familiar faces: Alan Burnett, Jim Krieg, Butch Lukic. But what's the story about? Black Adam rearranges DC's hierarchy of power by releasing demons that blow up the Hall of Justice. After he's beat, the Justice League does the logical thing of rebuilding their headquarters on a volcano.
What, here?
The rest of the show are episodic adventures that's usually focused on 2 to 3 characters across 52 11-minute episodes and 22 2-minute shorts. Why 11 minutes? Well, that's just because it worked on just about everything else on Cartoon Network. Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Over the Garden Wall, Teen Titans Go. Furthermore, DC Animations already had experience with this length with the DC Showcase shorts.
And since I'm on my knees anyway.
Anyway, you can broadly organize Justice League action episodes into 6 categories. Number 1, 2-beat comedy arcs, which is setup, escalating absurdity.
Yeah, Big Chief Stoneface, you let him have it.
Then quick heroic resolution.
He said, "You're the Superman now."
Like in Follow That Space Cab, where Space Cabbie is in the middle of Superman Hawkman trying to protect Mr. Mind from Lobo. Nah man, he's fine, he's warm, he'll grow back. Number 2, Mission of the Week, which are straightforward action-adventure episodes. A huge chunk of these episodes are just an excuse for Batman to hang out with a different hero. This is because the show was actually originally conceived to be another Batman show, but thanks to the Justice League movie, they were able to turn into a Justice League show. Number 3, high-concept episodes, which are basically like The Ladder but has a unique twist that showcases a unique idea, and thus requires more clever problem-solving as opposed to just punching.
I'm a robot too. I think we all are.
Ironically, the example I've written down is the one where Toyman traps Justice League in a Street Fighter game where there's nothing but punching.
Hey, Superman can't do that.
But these type of stories also include basically every single time travel episode with Booster Gold. Number 4, villain perspective shift episodes. These are always a treat, like the one where Riddler helps Wonder Woman and Green Arrow stop Joker because he stole a shtick.
Why do you really want to help?
He's stealing my act.
Number 5, set piece satire. These are less common, but I mean all you have to do is look at this image. Finally, there's number 6, which are these morality-focused episodes. These basically just leave you with a really warm, fuzzy feeling inside because they have a pronounced emotional frame to them, and clear, humble moral messages.
No one be without president.
Obviously, these are very broad categories that can overlap, but you get the drift. This show excels at being varied.
I need you to hit me.
I can't do that to you.
I will.
Subsequently, writing this video became a nightmare because there's no secret groundbreaking perspective to be had with Justice League action. There's no big picture drama, character arcs don't span across episodes. The show is precisely what it appears to be. Simple but incredibly enjoyable short adventures made with creative skill informed by decades of experience.
Bang!
I ended up delaying the video for an entire month because I just couldn't find an angle, until I realised that is the angle. Justice League action may not necessarily have dense themes or deep characters, but it's worth appreciating how creative skills can transfer and evolve across media. And during this train of thoughts, I stumbled on the theory. Neo-Baroque seriality. Jesus Christ. Baroque art began in Europe in the 1600s, and instead of being calm and simple, they were bursting out of their frames or pedestals, as if they wanted to enter the real world.
It wasn't a tidy movement.
It was famous for being dramatic, emotional, and full of movement. An example is Peter Paul Rubens' The Cutting of the Cross, which had the figures spill beyond the edges of the canvas. Subsequently, scholar Angela Dalianis, that's what the internet said, that's how you pronounce, used this idea as a metaphor to explain what she calls the neo Baroque serial in pop culture, where just like Baroque art spilling beyond its frames, stuff like superhero universes spill beyond a single film or comic book. Stories are about sensory overload, drama, big emotions, crossovers, expanding worlds stretching across mediums. Stories repeat, but with variation.
So that's the first thing the Baroque does. It goes after you and ingratiates itself with you. Other art movements sit there on their pedestals and arrogantly assume you'll be interested in them. But the Baroque knows you better. It gets off the pedestal and hunts you down.
In other words, the Baroque part of this essay isn't to say superhero media looks like Baroque art, ooh, but they're similar in how they share a similar immersive and unique out-of-frame quality. Therefore, the purpose of this essay is to examine the show as an example of superheroes as art that isn't neatly contained in one space.
Hey, not bad.
Let's begin. Hal Jordan loses his ring after he's gone to a space toilet, so he's gotta get it back before Batman finds out.
How do you think that conversation goes?
He thinks Lobo has it, so he beats him, using his superior test pilot balls. But Lobo doesn't have it. Hal's next target is this dragon lady, who he has to bow before in order to get her to spit it out. But it's still not there, instead it's actually fallen down the drain and was swallowed by a sentient giant pile of shit. The entire episode is overtly self-reflexive in multiple ways, because it invites the viewer to laugh at how unserious the story is, while also maintaining the usual spectacle and a high level of sincerity.
There you go, little buddy.
The story does not mock Hal Jordan. His various mistakes isn't treated as a means of representing him as a buffoon, but instead it's an opportunity to present him as a noble, patient, and humble person. While the entire episode has a sense of mundanity to it, so you can apply this understanding for him beyond this situation. However, mundanity aside, the episode is also secretly a sequel to the Green Lantern animated series, because inside Cabby's taxi systems is a newly installed but amnesiac Aya.
How may I be of assistance?
Hal's innocent AI friend who turned evil redeemed herself and was then lost. Her love interest Razor then left to find the surviving piece.
I will scour the universe if I must, but I will find her.
But it was actually right here, inside a cab.
I feel compelled to search for something, or someone. That Green Lantern did not give up hope.
But...
And neither shall I.
Justice League Action's Batman, on the surface, is recognizably the kind of dude who pretends to be too cool for the team.
You'd better watch yourself with my partner here.
But secretly, he loves being in the league. However, in contrast to the DCAU version, his admiration for his teammates extends beyond just being close colleagues.
Be sure to invite me next year.
This Batman actually sticks around. He even has time for Booster Gold.
This time I'm ready for... This time the Dark Knight's going...
They have this episode together where Batman's buttons are really pushed by him because Booster never admits it's his fault.
Booster, you're the worst crime fighter I've ever known.
He's always on his phones and always causing accidents, one of which causes them both to be stranded back in time.
For the last time, be quiet or leave.
Although this experience changes Batman, he sees how much Booster actually does, where beneath this dude's obsession with fame is actually someone who does important work. Unnoticed important work.
Why didn't you tell anyone? This is how you spend your time.
Sure, protecting time is sort of a hobby with me. I find time between missions, put on a little monitor duty, fix what needs fixing, you know. Have you ever had rats in your attic?
I just assumed you were off playing foosball somewhere.
So you need a rat guy, right? Nobody ever sets out to be the rat guy, but somebody's got to do it, and I do it.
Therefore, Batman's respect grows to the point of trusting him to save the day on his own. But that's not the shocking thing though. Batman also apologizes.
I was wrong about you. You're a better person than anybody gives you credit for. Maybe one day I'll find that out.
Tragically, Batman's memories of the events are erased, and Booster keeps the truth to himself while getting bollocked by him. All Booster has in the end is the enjoyment of their secret photo.
Yeah.
But we learn about Batman as much as we learn about Booster from this situation. He's someone who isn't destined to be as ruthless as the DCAU version, because he can actually change.
I won't remember any of this.
That's okay, Bats. I will.
There's also this episode where Batman, Wonder Woman, and Atom shrinks inside Superman to save him, and I just love how Batman just casually causes explosions inside him. That's like next level comfort with your friend. Wonder Woman is similar in the sense that this version of Themyscira is a martial society where everyone spends all day training and everyone hates men.
Easy. The Amazons can be prickly.
They still don't have any matriarchal utopian beliefs or anything that would be an alternative to men's violence, which is unfortunate. But where DCAU Diana had to find joy outside of being Wonder Woman, Justice League Action's Diana finds joy by being Wonder Woman.
Honey, punching people in bee outfits, but this is a real job.
Because it's not just another form of duty where she has to deal with man's bullshit. Instead, by existing in such a light-hearted world, being Wonder Woman is where Diana authentically expresses herself.
I accept your gracious offer, but Hive has to be stopped.
She can be herself away from the claustrophobia of home. There's this episode where Diana is to be elevated to the goddess of truth, but she doesn't want it, however, she can't really say no, for the reason that it's what's expected of her.
Diana, if you don't want to leave...
It doesn't matter what I want, Oliver. An Amazon doesn't defy the gods. Period. I'll do my duty. I just want to do one last good thing for the world before I leave it.
So, thankfully, Athena ends up seeing the importance she already has as who she is, as a superhero.
Heroing is a bit more important than I thought. I am nothing but proud.
This seemingly small adjustment to the character means this version of Diana is freed from the tension and family drama that cornered DCAU Diana. She's now in exile, she's just living away from home for work.
They have names, Mother.
Furthermore, instead of dating Batman, she dates Superman.
Ugh, Super PDA is the worst.
You see, they both bond over how their love interests ignore their secret identities.
But as Diana Prince, I'm as invisible as my jet.
Lois just looks right through me.
The whole shipping is more of a fun joke as opposed to a serious ongoing thing.
Really shouldn't have ordered the garlic risotto.
Anyway, the resulting effect of this Wonder Woman is that she carries herself with a unique, comfortable naturalism.
Oh, you shouldn't have done this, Bizarro. Really.
However, what do you do with Superman? The show does the subversive thing of just making him a completely uncontroversial badass. Like when Brainiac attacks while he's shrunken.
Be sure you bring back all the tissue samples I requested.
What happens? Well, tiny Superman just tears apart Brainiac's ship and then Brainiac himself. Or the episode where Steppenwolf brings Superman to a red sun planet to hunt and kill him. Superman, with a broken leg, beats Steppenwolf with pure strategy.
Half a day under a red sun and he still beat us both.
That's why they call me Superman.
Superman being overpowered was something that the DCAU Justice League shows had to grow comfortable with, because in an ensemble, there has to be room for other people to be relevant. Unlimited then took that and asked, what does this power mean?
We've lost their trust.
However, such obligation towards drama doesn't need to exist at all within 11 minutes. Instead, in 11 minutes, Superman just gets to be absurdly powerful, but also really affable.
So I'll just be here, helping out New Genesis then?
Superman is a young dude here. He doesn't carry a decade-long career behind him, so he doesn't struggle with cynicism. He instead will walk around with a drink in hand while not wearing his underwear on the outside.
Oh, hi Batman. I didn't think you were coming.
Which makes his costume way less balanced in terms of color. I don't really like it, but I do prefer the yellow belt over a red belt.
Let's put a little light on the subject.
Oh, sorry.
The entire Trinity are all remixed to be approachable, so they can casually exist in this world, and this goes for everyone else too. The result is a version of the Justice League Unlimited cast with no sense of hierarchy. The main three are really just members, as opposed to pillars in a leadership structure.
Put me down.
Because the best ideas win out in most scenarios. Martian Manhunter and Mr. Terrific aren't dispatchers. It just seems like everyone does their rounds. Go to the Watchtower whenever they need something done or use a facility.
Booyah! Fixed it so good it'll last 1,000 years!
In a world where no one really gets hurt, but everyone are still unironically invested in their roles, it means every character has gone through the chill factory, which includes John f***ing Constantine.
Well, that was a googly wicked duck inside.
Sorry, what?
This chill equilibrium is why my favorite episodes are the ones that are basically straight-faced sitcom premises, like Booster Gold running a secret tour in the Watchtower where everyone turned out to be villains.
No, I really just came for the tour.
Or Green Arrow hosting a Christmas party to get Batman to be his friend. There's also a 2-minute short where Mark Hamill is kidnapped by Joker, Trickster, and then saved by Swamp Thing, all voiced by himself.
Famous actor Mark Hamill.
What stops the show from becoming a farce is how it treats this tone not as a set of constraints, but as an opportunity to lovingly showcase the goodness of these characters in lower stakes situations.
Be in the Justice League. As long as it's not a school night, we're happy to have your help.
This is the most epic match of Boulevard Brawler 2 I've ever played.
You did all this because he ate your donut?
You've just been quarantined, Luthor.
Hey, thanks, man. You're the best. No, you're the best.
The Justice League never runs.
Unless it's running.
Hardly call that a date.
Cal, he's talking about the fight.
To get something. Oh, it sounded so uncool.
That's nothing compared to what I'm about to do to you, Deadshot. If I don't get what I want... What?
What about the God of Love? That's an archery job, right?
I extend to you the honor of being inducted into the Justice League.
You've saved Themyscira and our Amazonian way of life. Now off my island.
Although you'd have to wear a diaper.
No way.
Now.
What? Why don't alien invaders eat clowns?
Any little thing can set him off.
Because they taste funny.
Superman, we talking about the same guy here?
Anyway, what are my thoughts? I've been trying to make my videos less sterile sounding, so hence why I'm swearing all the time. Justice League Action to me is the great epilogue to an entire era of Warner Brothers DC animation work, where the great culmination of all the storytelling skills and character handling led to Justice League Unlimited, and by God was that great. Justice League Action, in contrast, is that sweet reunion you have at the end of it. The short, simple hangouts, like meeting up with old friends and finding comfort and messing around, as if everyone are still teenagers. In my case, play a lot of Halo 3. The whole operation isn't greatly ambitious, but it doesn't need to be. Justice League Action is so effortlessly joyful and has such a strong voice for the characters that it can only come from the raw experience from decades and decades of work. The tragedy is that this is mostly it. The Tomorrowverse is over. There's no news of another DC animated universe, show or movies, and with the passing of Kevin Conroy, I think a chance of a DC AU reunion is pretty low. Furthermore, supposedly, most animations moving forward will be set in the new James Gunn DCU, so we won't be following these versions of the characters in any sort of new continuity or anything. However, the graceful thing that we have is the fact that superhero stories are like pieces of Baroque art. Everything spills into everything, and for us, who got to be there when it happened, our imagination gets to become a cathedral where everything just fits together. And for the show, I'm reminded to step back and just enjoy everything. So what is Justice League Action about? It's about enjoying, as the title suggests, action in stories where the totality of the context is never fully seen. What is important instead is the artistry of what is right in front of you. The act of showcasing who someone is in an 11-minute dance, where every situation is a sample of the coolest people's life.
Hey, you got me.
Where both the craftsmanship and the story draws from a legacy of outside of what's right in front of you. And I think that's what this neo-Baroque seriality model does so well in terms of giving us the vocabulary to express and appreciate this. That superhero stories are these systems of discontinuous elements, where histories, mysteries, and answers are like limbs and details that would make the picture you're looking at more complete, but they're always just out of frame. Each story is never completely centralized. Everything is always perpetually in network with others.
And what he invented here, in this piazza, was this huge colonnade that encircles you.
The central characteristic of the Baroque that informs this study is this lack of respect for the limits of the frame. Closed forms are replaced by open structures that favor a dynamic and expanding polycentrism. Stories refuse to be contained within a single structure, expanding their narrative universes into various sequels and serials. Distinct media cross over into other media, merging with, influencing, or being influenced by other media forms. The grand illusions of entertainment spectacles such as theme park attractions and special effects films seek to blur the spaces of fiction and reality. Film companies seek to expand their markets by collapsing the traditional boundaries and engaging in multimedia conglomerate operations. And so, it continues. I probably could have cut that quote down, but it's so satisfying to read it that I kept it in anyway. Back to the point. In short, Baroque art is foreskin-like in its ambition. Not content with neat boundaries, it reaches out and wraps itself around you. I can't f***ing use that. So this is the Just League action video. This goddamn 20-minute project became extremely complicated because it basically turned into a massive puzzle where I kept rewriting and reshuffling things around. I reused this, delete all that, add in the Baroque stuff, move this around. I didn't really have a thesis until like the very end. But when I ended up finding one, I ended up having to spend loads of time finding where that destination is from that thesis. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm trying my best to release more videos. This is a struggle.
Who's up for a party at my house?